Hello, what's up? Just wanted to share this. Okay, so um, I was sitting here, sitting in front of the propane heater, and I started to worry about using up all the propane. And then I thought, man, am I going to have enough firewood to last me the rest of the season? Now, the worst of the winter is now happening, and it's going to be like this for another month or so. And then, like I say, mid February and into March, it starts to warm up somewhat here and there, meaning the temperatures won't go down to the 20s and the teens and possibly the zeros anymore. It'll stay in the 30s and start rising up to 40 and then slowly 50 and 60. And eventually, when summer gets here, it's in the 80s and 90s with the same amount of humidity, 80%, 90% humidity. What makes it bad here when the cold hits is the humidity. You add 80% humidity to this cold ass weather and it's fucked. You are fucked. Anyways, so my concern was, am I going to conserve enough firewood and propane to make it through this whole worst part of the winter? And I thought, okay, what can I fucking do? And I just thought of something. When I am in bed at night, when all this stuff is like when the propane heater is off and I let the wood stove burn out, and I figured, okay, when I'm in bed, I'm warm because I have this 20-degree sleeping bag on top of this thick ass blanket, and I'm inside this lightweight sleeping bag right here. Plus, I have this 10, 12 pound blanket here that sits here. And right now, I'm good with this right here. And and I think it's like 25 degrees outside, 22. So I'm okay right here. And I just got into bed and it's starting to warm up under all this stuff. It's amazing what your body heat can do once it's like covered up and contained like it is now in my setup. So I figured in order for me to conserve propane and firewood, it's only like 3 o'clock right now in the afternoon. I figured, fuck it. I don't need to sit upright without all this protection from the cold and just sit in front of my propane heater or light up the wood stove and waste wood during the day when I could just get into bed instead of like using my resources. This way I could stretch out what I have and I can possibly make it through the winter, the worst part of the winter, with what I have now, because the firewood, it burns, I go through that pretty quick. As for the propane tank, I'm on like day 4 from a full propane tank up to now, and it's starting to get lighter, so I know it's almost going to be empty. But actually, this propane, it stretches. It's been 4 days of usage. Now I'm talking about 2-3 hours at a time that I use this. But now I know what I'm gonna do. It's like once I'm done feeding the animals and I'm done with being out and about, I'm gonna come back here from getting out of the cold. I'll start the propane heater until I'm warm enough to prepare myself to go back into bed and spend the rest of my day in bed where I'm warm. And this way, I don't have to light the wood stove and use wood or the propane heater, and I can conserve all of that and possibly make it through the winter, with what I have now. Because it's a bitch going out to cut wood in this weather. It's fucking no joke. In fact, I have cut wood in this weather before, but I was ignorant. This was last year. It's like I had to, because I wasn't as prepared as I am this year. I was a lot prepared this year because I knew what happened last year. But man, it's a bitch cutting wood in this, and I would not recommend it because You know, like some of the trees and stuff, they have icicles in it, and the branches, big thick ass branches, could break off and fall on you. Okay, so not cool, not cool at all. But now, I just figured out I'll just stay in bed. My dogs are under here; they're keeping my legs warm. Right now, my hand that's holding my phone right now, recording this, it's fucking freezing right now. My other hand here's in my pocket under the blankets, and it's fucking cold, man. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna get my chores done, and when I'm good and ready, I'll hop right back in the bed, and I don't have to use any propane. I can conserve. I can conserve firewood. I can conserve propane for when I really need it, and that's basically at night or when I get out of bed and try to start the day. I have to warm up like a old car. I mean, literally, because it's a cold. It's cold in here, and I've mentioned it, and I've repeated myself over and over again. It's like staying in a like a walk-in freezer at a restaurant, and it's like living in that, because that's what I'm really fucking doing. I am not exaggerating at fucking all. I mean, my water bowl, my dog's water bowl, I mean, and my water containers, they freeze. It's a fucking block of ice, and the way I get that shit to melt is when I run both the propane heater and the wood stove, and it warms up the whole place. And then eventually that shit starts to melt slowly, but it does. Then I could squeeze some water out of it and drink it. But right now, they're not frozen because I had the heat on earlier. But give it a few hours, and my 5-gallon water jug with the dispenser on it right there, that'll fucking freeze up. It's like, fuck, can't get any water until it melts again. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just thought I'd share that. Man, going to bed early in the day, yeah, it's kind of cool, man. It's like, back in California, one of those rainy days where you just want to fucking not go outside and get under the sheets and just chill and watch TV all day. That's what I'm doing. So, yeah. So I thought I'd share that with you. All right. Time to go watch the remaining episodes of Season 4 of Stranger Things. I'm out.